Greetings, I'm Pillar Nexus, Ancient Gladiator, with more podcast Nexus. Today we are playing World of Warcraft. This time I am working on an alternative character instead of my normal character, Pillar Nexus. This character is going to be my little secret because sometimes I just want to get away from everything. I don't think it's possible to narrow down completely, but my character is Alliance. I will leave it at that. You might hear the skill noises and narrow it down a little bit further, perhaps. But at this point in time, I think I'd rather keep the character to myself. And I think once I get the character um, up to the point where they don't need to be in this little starting area anymore, I'm going to go back to my full stuff. So what is there to talk about today? Work. Work has been nuts. It always seems to happen with work is they will schedule me for a few days and then they'll need to call me in or have me stay later. And it's extra hours. I'll take it for now because I really need to get my financial shit together. Yeah. Yeah, work had me going out of town, and thank goodness I got a freaking ride. Because there's no way in hell I'd have got there by myself. And it was alright. It was a lot of counting things. Yeah, I don't mind doing it. Little stuff like that. But at some point it does get repetitive, and some of it required a lot of bending down and picking things up, or getting on my knees to count stuff on the bottom shelves. That's where it got to be a bit of a challenge. Yeah. Work's been okay. Gaming, I've been playing World of Warcraft, of course, but I've also been playing Q Remastered, and that game is addicting and frustrating, and like really tricky too. It's like I have to wonder about some of those puzzles because some are just they feel impossible. And I'm not ready to go hunting for solutions right now because I still want to try my best to figure things out on my own as much as possible. I want to at least try every puzzle that I can before looking for any kind of hints or anything. I did get through one of the hell puzzles. Hell 2. And it's only because I figured out, oh hey, there's this idea which works very well, and all I have to do is that, and just be fast enough to react in time, and then no problem. I mean, it made things easier, but it was still kind of a challenge. The tough part for me is these puzzles where I have to freaking launch the ball. It's like, how do I pull it off on a consistent basis? It seems really freaking hard. And there are times it's just, what do I have to do? As I've seen the demonstration, but it's still tricky sometimes. Excuse me. Yeah. It's a game I will probably come back to in time, but I've been playing it a little too much lately, and that's been cutting into my sleep schedule. So I need to um, uh, get my actual rest and probably just let the game be for the time being. Other games, still want to figure out what I can do PC gaming wise. I did that hardcore challenge for Hexen, and I've got part one uploaded. The mage. I'm currently I've got it saved outside the Guardian of Steel portal, and I remember last time I messed with Hexen, going into Guardian of Steel and dealing with all the crushing things. Hexen is a game that just loves the ever living crap out of crushing things. It scares the crap out of me. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get my courage together and just play. I didn't have much of a problem with it, actually playing like Halo or whatever. It's just sometimes I go to play a game and I just get absolutely paralyzed. Someday I will go back and finish Doom 3. Skills, so expensive. Alright. What else is going on? Still watching YouTubers. Still scrolling through Twitter and seeing all the whatever craziness is happening. It's almost easier to. There are times I just want to let my Twitter account end. Just take my eyes off of Twitter permanently. You know, there's a lot of potential for positive things on Twitter, but unfortunately, a lot of negative too. I'm trying my best to not surrender. Someday I will get some kind of response and actually get conversations going and stuff. I don't know what it's going to take. I'm not a fan of memes. I mean, yes, I will laugh if I find something funny, but it's just not my style to resort to memes. Kind of consider them like low-hanging fruit of sorts. Why do I keep casting this thing over and over into attack? There it is. So I get for playing a character that I'm not used to. If you think you have an idea of where I am at this point, I would be very impressed. It's nice to have a character that can actually take a significant chunk of damage. Sometimes I wonder if playing as a rogue has been good for my habits in playing this game, or not. But it's more fun to try different things with different characters. And every once in a while, as much as I love my one character, sometimes I just want to do something different. The one thing that sucks about early games is limited space. Yeah. See if I can get through this before I run out of room in my backpack. I'm glad I got back into World of Warcraft. It's just... if there's one thing I wish I could figure out a little bit better, it's the freaking auction house. And, like, am I pricing my stuff right? Are there just people not interested or just don't know? Well, it has been helpful in getting more, like, storage. Like, I got more bags, thanks to the auction house. I think I'm going to give the profession that my rogue should have taken to this character. Just because. I will make this character learn skinning and leatherworking. Need to figure out when they changed it so that having a certain rank in like mining, skinning, herbalism got you like extra bonuses. Because I remember, I want to say it was either Burning Crusade or Wrath when I first experienced it. But I like those little bonuses. That attack came out of nowhere. Hold on. Let me get some distance. Okay. Yeah. Another thing I need to do with this game at some point is understand how to best go looking for groups. Go take on the tougher stuff. I tried going into Ragefire Chasm, and the combination of stealth and other factors got me part of the way. But I still ended up dying. Yep. Also, I want to try figuring out guilds. I need to make some freaking friends in this game, man. I don't know how. Friendship, how does it work? Mm. Cool. Mission accomplished. Let's get out of this cave. Come on. I have to go around. Yeah. I'm kind of tempted to go looking for the board game adaptation of World of Warcraft, like I had once ago, long ago. It's fun times, you know. The closest um, version, the closest board game to how that one was these days is Fallout. In that, you know, you'll have two actions and you'll have to buy stuff from shops and new things to encounter, things to accomplish. But the WoW board game had its own approach to stuff. Um, so on your turn, your entire team, which is 2 or 3 characters depending on who you got playing, um, could take actions in like whatever order. You could move, including using the flight path. You could train, you could rest. You could fight stuff. There's like 3 colors of enemies: blue, red, and green. Red and green were tied to a quest, but blue just gets in your way. Oops. They don't do. In order to get any like experience or whatever, you have to actually complete quests. Monsters don't provide any experience at all. Of course, I find a battered chest when my inventory's full. Great. Well, I mean, much of it's trash anyway. Mm. But yeah, you could work with your fellow teammates and fight together, but it means less experience between individual characters. Uh, but sometimes you had to do it. There was just no getting through a fight solo.
How are you?
I don't need 4 ragged cloaks. Holy crap! I'll take that. Okay. Oops. I'm going to tunnel. Okay. Alright. So I didn't need space after all. Great. Yeah, ultimately the goal of the World of Warcraft board game was to challenge the boss. Base game was your choice of Nefarian, Lord Kazakh, or Kel'Thuzad. Um, if you're fighting, if you chose Lord Kazakh, there's like 5 locations that he could be at, and you had to hunt him down to find him. Kel'Thuzad is just up in Stratholme. Pretty simple. Nefarian uh, started at a like mountain location and then made his way every few turns closer to um,
What's on your mind?
the players uh, towards one of the main locations.
Keep your feet on the ground. What can I do for you?
And then as soon as Nefarian actually gets to that point, the game ends. The players with the most experience have to take him on. If they fail, then the other players do. If they fail, the game ends in a draw. Um, if the game gets to the 30th round and nobody has defeated the boss, then it goes to a PvP showdown between the two teams. In the combat, you'll get like dice, 8-sided dice, blue, red, and green. Blue dice are your range dice.
How are you?
Their damage is applied first. If you have enough damage to eliminate a threat, you can do so. Then if they don't, then you are going to be taking damage. Your red and green dice that are successes protect you. Your red dice will then become damage against the enemy. And if that succeeds, in so after your red results protect you, they'll go against the enemy, and then if that exceeds their health, then they're defeated. If they request monsters and you defeat them both, at least one or both of them, then you complete the quest. You'll get the experience, possibly treasure. If it was a blue monster, well, it's out of your way now. The nice thing about one of the expansions the game had, Shadow of War, added blue quests, so you could fight a blue monster, and if it was showing on one of the quests, you got the little extra which was nice. Yeah, after Shadow of War, there was Burning Crusade expansion, which had Outland, and 3 bosses for that. I forget who. It was probably Kelthus, Ellen Storage, and Lady Vaj. Yeah. They also added, if you wanted to stick with the main map of Lordaeron, Ragnaros, you had a time limit to fight him, and you'd probably end up dead before it ends. But still, yeah, it's it was a good game, and a lot of the games that came after just couldn't capture that magic again. They did the World of Warcraft adventure game, which was okay. There was the Upper Deck, I think, WoW Minis game, which was okay. I regret buying into that game and then just ditching everything. I missed the card game though. The card game was nice. Hearthstone is just probably it's not the same. I want that classic that card game that I enjoyed so much. I want that experience again. I really do. Yeah, World of Warcraft and Warcraft in general. Just it's been some good experiences. I'm gonna go ahead and call it here. Thank you very much for listening. If you're still here, it's been Pillar Nexus. We'll see you next time.